Okay, so you guys know Idiots in Cars. It's got 4 million people subbed to it. Top for the last month, 6,800. Mildly bad drivers. I've been seeing this. Like if I just browse the Reddit app, it seems to get like homepaged all the time. 240,000 subscribers. Top of the last month, 65,000. Bro, this is like my main channel on YouTube. This is like the new up-and-coming person who doesn't have that many subscribers, but they're getting like 10 million views on every video, and you're like, oh my God, what? How is this even possible? What are they doing? How can I make videos like that? So welcome to Mildly Bad Drivers, which seems to be kind of like replacing Idiots in Cars somehow. We'll begin with number 19. The Audi driver seriously thought he was a turtle. What I haven't noticed about the mildly bad drivers is that the people are generally a bit more than mildly bad. It really is a bit more Idiots in Cars. So if you're like, it's only going to be mild, it's not. This case in point, this is not being mildly bad. This is insane. What did you think was going to happen? This is like rapids, bro. How else did you think this was? You have just forced first responders to have to like harness up and to dive and risk themselves jumping into this river with potential debris coming and flinging at you in order to save your dumb ace who decided to test out Quattro by going into a raging rapid. This can't be, there's no way. This is not insurance fraud. Insurance fraud you wouldn't do on video, and you also wouldn't jeopardize your own life. Sorry, I'm not here to give guides on insurance fraud, but this is psychotic. Oh my God. EMS with its emergency lights plus sirens on, fed up with being tailgated. Now, there is a risk, I should say, that we might have some overlap probably between Idiots in Cars and this subreddit. I feel like there's some probably cross-posting that goes on. So we are running that risk. But I also just think in the future we're probably like Mildly Bad Drivers is just the new subreddit. So yeah, we'll see. But that I was saying that because we had seen that from a previous one. Anyway, buy 4, lose 1 free. He almost had it. He was so close. I feel like we need some audio here, although there might be a fork. But we just need the squeals. And this is why the Cars and Coffee was shut down and the police said, nope, you can't do this here anymore. Bye-bye. I mean, like, it's kind of impressive if you can do a controlled drift in a truck that you would do in a closed course on a track, not on a public road. But also, it just seems like unless you are quite a good driver, that it's maybe not the best idea. I'm hoping that we might see the Tesla that tried doing donuts at the street takeover somewhere in this list of videos. If not, well, maybe we'll see it next month. But anyway, couldn't you have just stopped? I like how they have tags. Wildly bad drivers. A little bit more than mildly. Okay, if this Audi is not even tagged as a bad or wildly bad driver, what are we doing? Are they going to drive into the pit that has a person in it? You, oh God, Jesus. Oh. If that guy had not gotten out of there in time, if that hole had not had, like, quick escape, that guy's life must have, like, flashed before his eyes. That's insane. How does that happen? You have so much time. You had all the time and hit the brakes. You pressed the brakes. How do you do that? That's insane. I don't understand. This can't be, it's not medical emergency. There's no shot it's medical emergency. Are they just, they're not seeing the pit and they're just like, no, I'm going to drive through here. They just don't want me to drive. The road continues. I got to get home. And but once they got there, the car is like shuddering. The front tires have gone off. And even then they don't go like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe there's a hole. That's crazy. Jesus. No, not even drunk driving does that. Drunk driving does not make you drive into the hole that people are working on. That's not. When situational awareness is not your strong point, you can't. There's no way they crashed the smart car. They can't do, there's no way. They could have perpendicular parked it. Please tell me they don't hit. They're already curbing the wheel. They're not going to hit the other car. They're not going to hit the other car, right? Okay, they're curbing the wheel. Nice. That's good. Bro. How? Whatabees is in chat going, this is such a me thing to do. Why do you have a driver's license? Somebody save the people from Whatabees. Please. There needs to be like alerts all over the car. Are you giving up? You're giving up. You're giving up. No. They gave up. Okay, the fact of the matter is, this had to have been going on long enough that the people decided to start filming. This can't even have been the first attempt. Otherwise, why would you take out the phone? You wouldn't be like, oh, let me film the smart car. Maybe it's going to park perpendicular and I want to catch it on video. It already must have been going long enough. They gave up. That's amazing. You could have just turned right into the spot and you probably would have been able to get away with it. To be fair, it's a very tiny spot. You're so right about that. This is a spot that only the most professional of parkers could possibly have managed to fit into. No one else could have done it. You're so right about that. The driver of the Jeep was obviously not thinking straight. I'm so scared because we don't even see the Jeep. So it's going to appear from nowhere and get really bad really quickly, unless the car in front is a Jeep. But nope, it's not. Yep, there it is. Okay. All right. And we're cutting in front of the truck. Okie dokie. They weren't thinking straight. They also weren't driving straight. Why did they do that? I'm just trying to figure out, did they see the other car coming and panic and go, I have to get out of the way? It must have been that they saw that other car and then they were just like, oh, frick. They were like, do I sideswipe or do I head on the car? I'm going to go for the sideswipe, even though it's a big truck that I'm not going to be able to push out of the way. So I might still head on the car that's coming towards me. I won't just, if I'm truly afraid of that car that's coming, I'm not just going to pull over to the side of the shoulder, brake really quickly, get behind the truck. I'm just going to, I guess I'll die is the solution here. What the frick? Lay Reddit? What are we doing? Are we having a race or are we met? Oh, hey. Is it a GT3 or is it an Aero kit or is it an aftermarket? I can't actually tell. It's a little too low res. Or is it like a Carrera S that they just tried to GT3ify? I'm having a hard time telling because it doesn't quite look like a Ooh. Well. That's a bruised ego right there, and he's lucky that was nothing more than just the bruised ego. That's like I wonder if the person filming is just a passerby who's getting held up by these people who are lining up for a rolling drag race and is just like, can you guys not do this? Or if they were actually part of the group here. He gave a thumbs up at the end. I'm sure he'll be feeling it afterwards, but at least for the time being, the adrenaline's pumping and he's like, I'm okay. I think. Justice swerved. Have a nice day, everyone. He's just going to keep going. Okay, nice avoidance. Well done. Is he going to do it again? Oh, that was a police car. It's a good one right there. He's probably doesn't even know he's being pulled over because he didn't know there was a car there in the first place. Nope, still doesn't realize he's being pulled over. That's to be expected. Oh, he's finally realized, and he's probably like, Officer, I was going well under the speed limit. You see, it's gridlock. I couldn't possibly be speeding. Why are you pulling me over? What did I possibly do? That's crazy. I'm just being targeted by the police. That's just ridiculous. I can't believe that they would just single me out like that. Come on, man. And nothing wrong. That's an I-95 driver. Where is I-95? Oh, must be Florida. FL tag, it says on the sign. So, Florida. Unaware driver, self-inflicted pit maneuver. I had to use my GeoGuessr there for a bit. They're going to do a good lane change, huh? Okay, here's the deal. Okay, good Lord. Okay, Mr. Dashcam, I get it. They were dumb. They shouldn't have lane changed, but you sped up. You were like, no, you will not change. You caused, that was avoidable. I'm sorry. I get it. You didn't want to feel like they went into you and you wanted to teach them a lesson. That obviously they ended up worse than you, but you could have just dealt with the frustration of someone being an idiot on the road, which happens all the time, and not had to deal with a collision, even if it's not your fault. That was, yeah. Are we getting? Do people disagree in the comments? Nice pit. We're not. True. Both of them were going to run the red light anyway. Yeah, absolutely no reaction from Camcard and brake, move, nothing. Yeah, okay, at least I'm not completely off base. So I'm like, bro, you could have... There were many options here other than just complete destruction, I feel like. People just don't want to... They don't want to just concede the right of way to someone who's being dumb, which I get, but also just don't do it. Probably really offended and said something like, how dare he did that? No. He's just trying to get his tires warm, obviously. Okay. I just like how it stops immediately. It was like, I'm Max Verstappen. Gotta get my tires warm for maximum grip. And the Jeep was just like, no. And then he just stops. Just tail between legs, like, shoot. Granted, I'm sure his wheel was actually kind of messed up, but the Jeep could have not done it. This is another one of those situations where kind of avoidable. Guy's obviously being an idiot, but you could also acknowledge that he's being an idiot and then not try to drive right through him. No, the Jeep's definitely partially at fault. Even if the guy's being an idiot, it was avoidable. Can it get any worse? Someone's about to just utterly frick up the entrance here. I just love the cinematic camera angle from the whole thing. This must be this just For anyone who constructs a public parking garage, they must just think, surely no one is going to... How does this keep happening? They must think, surely no one's going to just obliterate everything I built, right? That can't be possible. What are they doing? What is happening? I'm glad that it closed, so the next person will have to draw a ticket from the machine that's now on the ground. But good job, parking arm. The most impressive part of the whole thing is that the arm was actually up the whole time. It was free entry. It's like they thought they were in a car chase and they had to blast through the closed parking arm. I just wish I knew what happened here. Just imagine being the parking attendant and just wondering how any of this happened. Guy sees camera, proceeds to be an idiot. Oh, is it like he sees the... Got it. He wanted to do some cool stuff. Oh my. Watch this. I'm going to get off my bike. Watch this. I can run really fast. It was something. I don't know if the driver was like, if this was supposed to be a stunt for YouTube and they know each other, or if this was just a random person on the freeway who just decided, random camera, time to stunt, dude. It could have gone either way. Maybe they were already doing wheelies and then camera car decided, I'll film. There's no way this person was doing wheelies. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have failed this. Oh, God. It's like driver gave up trying. Oh, it's this one. We saw this one in the recent Idiots in Cars, but here it is again. If you didn't see that, as I said, we might have some overlap here, but then starting next month, I'm sure it'll be all 100% fresh. They were just like, no, I can't back through the parking arm. Is the back of their car actually kind of crushed in? I've just realized. It doesn't look right. Were they rear? Oh, they were rear-ended. I think I missed the first part of them being rear-ended into it in the last one. Which, to be fair, the starting of this situation was not entirely their fault, but I kind of get it a little bit more now. Because they're probably panicking because, like, oh, my God, I just got hit. What do I do? Well, I'm not going to drive away because I just got hit. But then they just aren't thinking clearly. I'm sure they entered a state of panic. They just got hit onto the train tracks. They're trying to contend with both the accident and being on the train tracks. So I kind of get it a little bit more now. As much as I think I'd prioritize the oncoming train versus getting rear-ended, it is kind of crazy that they got smacked onto the tracks. So, I think I missed that detail before. Idiot driver tries passing stopped bus, crashes in the ditch instead. Okay, that's sped up. I was about to say there's no way. That guy was going Bugatti Veyron top speed tests or something. Like, what? Okay. Oh, God. I was having a moment there. Jeez. That was just going to be like an asteroid impact into the planet at those speeds. They still went pretty far, and it's impressive they didn't do more damage into other stuff. But also, why are you approaching with that much speed differential at a school bus and you don't even try to slow down? Good Lord. No, that was definitely sped up, 100%. The bus would have gone and the van would have flipped over when it made its first correction to the left, if that was actual speed. To Tough to see a dark vehicle at night. No lights. FML. Oh, it's going to be just invisible car. I see. I will say, I definitely saw him pretty clearly. But also, the angle from the cam might be different from, maybe there was a reflection in the eye of the driver that wasn't where the camera is, but it was pretty visible. I'm going to be honest with you. You can see the lights reflecting the camera car's headlights. So, granted, they should have had their headlights on. I don't actually know how police determine, at fault here, if because the person's lights were off, it's just 100% on them, or if they kind of split it, when otherwise, if this person's lights are on, obviously it would be the fault of the car doing the left turn. So, I don't know. The worst kind of driver. This is just classic LA driving. Because in LA, people don't really regard the left lane as a passing lane. It's just a lane. And so people just occupy it, right? Also, though, if this were in a country where you drive on the or steering wheel on the right, left-hand drive, then people would be like, what's the issue here? What's wrong? But I'm assuming that this is in the U.S., given that sign over there. But also, oh, God. The worst, though, is when you're on a one-lane kind of mountain road and you get a person who is clearly intentionally trying to slow everybody else down, and they'll develop a line of cars behind them that is like 10 to 15 deep. And you'll get motorbikes will just pass everybody no matter what. They'll just squeeze it right. They'll be like, I'm just going to go on the double yellow and I'm just going to go by people. And the motorbikes will start flipping off the person who is holding up the line of cars as they whiz by. And the person still either doesn't get it or it emboldens them because it's what they want. They're thinking, yeah, I'm holding up these people who are trying to drive too fast. And people, man, I swear. Dude flips his car in a, is it okay? Can we do it? I'm not going to say the word. It's just a bad driver. That's all. They're just going to do something dumb because they're driving badly. That's all. Did they go around the truck that was trying to make a, oh. They're still going. Was that even the initial intent? Nope, they're now going into the pole. The person in the Mini Cooper is wondering, what happened? Why me? And then why did they drive into the pole? Why did they keep going? All of that seemed very avoidable. I think they had a panic after the first impact. They didn't know how to respond. Yeah, it could have been maybe the throttle got stuck. Maybe their phone got on the ground and stopped the brake pedal and pushed the gas pedal all at the same time. Maybe both their phones fell out of their pocket and did both the things. New York moment. Be careful who you cut off and brake check when driving in New York. Why does it look like an infinite amount of cars all just tailgating each other? And holy frick. Wow. Okay. Straight up Mario Kart driving here. This just, honestly, right now, from the camera car, looks like the formation lap at Le Mans or something. All these cars are just about getting ready to drive through start finish and begin the race. Why are they all so bunched up? And then someone just decides to take out the competition. Jesus. Are we sure this is mildly bad drivers? Because they actually did impressively illegal things. It can be a combination of both impressive and illegal, all the same. Who's at fault in this head-on collision? No wonder this was the top post of the last month. What was the G-forces? Hold on. Why did the shell snap forward? Who deployed the airbags? Why did that happen? Boom. What? I feel like if I've run into another person underwater, it has not triggered an impact that severe before. Bro, that was like several G-forces. That's insane. That's the most high-impact snail collision that's ever taken place. Clearly one of them was on their phone, though. Actually, clearly one of them was the phone. If you've seen One Piece. You know what I mean? Anyway. All right, that's it for Mildly Bad Drivers, which is apparently the new Idiots in Cars. There wasn't that much overlap, only a couple things, and one of us gave us more info that we missed last time, so it was worth it overall. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more, and that's it. See you next time.